Welcome to Theme Mountain video tutorial. In this tutorial I'm just going to go over the basics from installing the theme, activating the required plugins, setting up the permalink structure, briefly touch upon our layout and section library, and then how to set your front page displays. Now I have a fresh install here, so I'm going to head over to Appearance Themes. I'm going to go ahead and click Add New and then Upload. And then I'm going to go ahead and select the theme that I want to upload. Now, when you download your purchase from ThemeForest, you'll get a zip folder. Make sure that you unzip it. Do not upload the entire zip folder. In it, you'll see a structure similar to this. You'll find the documentation, licensing, form structure, PSD, where you'll find the logos and map marker PSD files. And then you'll find the theme folder. It's the single zip folder in this download. And commonly we'll have the name of the theme that you just purchased. This is just a generic one as an example. So I'm going to go ahead and select the theme folder here, and I'm going to go ahead and upload that to my WordPress install. Now that has installed, I'm going to go ahead and activate the theme. And then we can head over to the plugin section and activate the required plugins. So I'm just going to go ahead and click Begin Installing Plugins here. Now these are the required plugins for the theme. So I'm going to go ahead and select all of them and install all of them at once. Now this will take a little bit of time, so I'm going to pause the recording in the meantime, and I'll restart it once this has finished installing. And there we go, all the required plugins have now installed. So the next step that we want to take is to go and change the permalink structure. So from here we can go to Settings and Permalinks. And we select post name for the permalink structure, and then we go ahead and save that. Now that that is done, the next step is to create your home page and your blog index. Now, commonly at this stage in other themes, you'll probably import the demo content, but we don't provide any demo content. Instead, we've created a layout and section library so that you can access all the layouts and all the individual sections directly from the Visual Composer. So I'm just going to go ahead and briefly show you this as I create the home page and the blog index. So I'm going to go to Pages, Add New, and I'm going to name this home page. There we go, and then I'm going to go ahead and switch to the backend editor here, and then I'm going to go ahead and click the template button here. When I do, we're presented with our layout and section library. And as you can see here, you'll find the home pages here, you'll find project pages here, and much more. You'll also find all the individual sections that you'll find in our themes here. So you can insert exactly the ones that you want, and we don't pollute your install with a bunch of pages that you might not need. This way, you can easily access them, and you only insert exactly what you need. So for illustrative purposes here, I'm just going to go ahead and select a layout. So I'm going to go ahead and select this one here. Now, as you can see, once selected, it will create the entire structure of that particular home page. Obviously, you will need to go through each section and create or add your own images. So now that that is done, I'm just going to go ahead and publish this. I'm then going to go ahead and add the blog index page here. And I'm just going to go ahead and call this blog. Now that that is done, we can set the front page display so that it points to our home page and that our blog index points to the blog page we just created. So we can either do this under Settings, Reading, or we can do this in the Customizer. And I'm going to go ahead and do it in the Customizer because I'm briefly just going to mention a little bit about global settings. So in the customizer, you will see at the bottom here static front page, and this is where we can choose if we should have a static page or our latest posts. So I'm just going to go ahead and select home page here, and then for post page I'm going to go ahead and select blog. Now as you can see, we haven't uploaded any images, so no images will appear by default, of course. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. And then I'm just going to briefly mention here that we've added most of the options for the theme in the customizer so that you can see it change in real time. And there's a bunch of different options, so I suggest you go through them and get familiarized with them. And just note that you can generally override most of the options in individual pages for both header, footers, and any sections that you insert. Now, should you want to take it one step further and customize something for which there's no option, you can always use the additional CSS section here in the customizer and add your own CSS and just target the section that you'd like to modify. And that's all for this tutorial.